Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it today. I just wanted to share a quick update on some very important legislation, and we have another co-sponsor that just signed on, and that is Senator Scott. Senator Scott's on several different committees. He's on the Committee on Banking, Housing, Urban Affairs, Committee on Foreign Relations, Committee on Finance, Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship, and a special committee on aging. So several influential committees. So that's cool. This bill for the Major Richard Starr Act runs both on the Senate and the House. The House bill is 1282, HR 1282. And the Senate bill is the Senate bill is S344, Major Richard Starr Act. And as we look here, I wanted to just share some information directly from a website in which supports, their whole mission is supporting the Major Richard Starr Act. And the website is majorrichardstarract.org. And I just wanted to, this is just kind of, it's small, bear with me. But it is important to know a little bit of the background. So, reading through it here, it says, the Major Richard Starr Act will fix the unjust federal policy that prevents thousands of severely wounded combat veterans from receiving their earned retirements. This unjust policy states that if a veteran is separated from service due to combat-related injuries before completing 20 credible years, the federal government will keep the veteran's earned retirement. The Major Richard Starr Act corrects this injustice by allowing a veteran with combat-related injuries and fewer than 20 credible years to receive his or her earned retirement. Note, the funding for this policy change will come from the existing Military Retiree Trust Fund, with no increase to VA or DoD budgets. And let's see here. So how to take action. Again, the 118th Congress, which is the 2023 to 2024, the Major Richard Starr Act is the most sponsored bill in the U.S. Congress. To help its passage, contact your congressional representatives and tell them you support the act. For more detailed information on how you can help, please visit the Major Richard Starr Act Facebook page, which I'm sure that you could Google. And then here's another little bit here. I'm sorry, I got to kind of turn my head to read some of this stuff, but I feel it's important to kind of share with you. So, from idea to reality, the evolution of the Major Richard Starr Act. February 13th, 2021, Major Richard Starr deployed to Afghanistan, Iraq, and Kuwait with the U.S. Army Reserves when he contracted stage 4 lung cancer as a result of burn pits and other damaging environmental conditions overseas. His wife, Tanya, quit her job to care for him full-time. Then, Starr encountered the unexpected financial surprise when he learned that because he hadn't reached 20 years in the military, his disability pay from the Department of Veterans Affairs would be deducted out of his retirement pay from the Department of Defense. Starr pushed Congress to enact legislation that would remedy this little-known provision. Meeting with lawmakers even as he approached the end of his life, he passed away February 13th, 2021. So here's the thing. For those that don't know, and for those that know are probably in this situation, you did whatever, 17 years, 16 years, 15 years. You end up getting hurt, you end up getting some sort of conditions, whatever, and you end up getting medically retired. Okay? That sucks. You were planning on putting in more time, but the way the cards fell, you ended up having to get out early with your medical retirement. And you're thinking, okay, well, I have a retirement still, which is okay. Maybe it's not quite where I thought it was going to be, but this is the hand I'm dealt. Now I'm going to file for all my VA stuff, and you get awarded whatever percentage you get awarded. Let's say we'll just use easy numbers. you get 100%, right? Because your conditions were bad enough to get you out of the military, and then you had some other conditions on top of that you could file for, and we'll just say that you're at 100%. Let's say that you're married with one child, and now you're getting, we'll round up, you're getting $4,000 a month. So you're getting that $4,000 a month, but your retirement is negated, essentially, because of that. So they subtract, and I say they, the VA, subtract your retirement, or subtract your VA disability compensation from your retirement. So I'll say that again. So if you're receiving VA disability compensation, they will essentially subtract that from your retirement, reducing your retirement, and then basically stating, well, combined you're still getting the same amount, but now you got a tax-free portion. So that's the easiest way to explain it. If you have, let's say, $4,000, just to use, again, easy numbers, $4,000 in retirement, and you get $2,000 from the VA, well, now what happens is they go, okay, well, your retirement, $4,000 has some taxable aspects to it. So your $4,000 taxable, we're going to take $2,000 of it away, but then we're going to give you back your VA disability. So now you still have $4,000, but $2,000 of it is tax-free, is essentially what happens. And so I'm trying to make it as, I guess, condensed as I can. So if anybody has a different way of explaining it, that would be helpful. My understanding is that, and I have to look a little further, the way that it works today is like that. Now, if you did 20 years, in contrast to a medically retired person, if you did 20 years and retired as regular retired, then you filed for your VA compensation. If you receive a 50% or higher rating from the VA, then you can put in for concurrent retirement and disability. So where you can receive both in full, 2 separate checks. So you get your retirement check, and then you get your VA check coming to you on the tax-free side, if it's at 50% or higher from the VA. And again, this is the current 20-year retired person, not the medically retired. For the retired person with more than 20, if your rating from the VA is less than 50, so 40, 30, 20, 10, 0, well, 0 doesn't count, but you get what I'm saying. Then what happens is it does that same funky offset of you're going to, whatever it is, let's say that you're getting $500 from the VA, less than 50%, and you're getting $4,000 for retirement. All they do is go, okay, well, instead of $4,000 from retirement, we're going to give you $3,500, and then you're going to get that other $500 taking you back to $4,000, but $500 of it is tax-free. Woohoo. You know, what are you saving in taxes on $500? Not much. So, my understanding is that this act will essentially bring it in par, or it'll bring it in line with the standard retiree methodology as far as retirement and compensation from the VA are concerned. So, with that, glad to have Tim Scott, Senator, on board. Now it's 69 senators signed up, so we got, 31 left. Who, why would you not co-sponsor this? So, in any case, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Have a great one, and remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.